When I set up that committee, I did not say that in 14 days that committee was going to reduce data prices. That committee included telecom companies, the regulator, and sector players. The committee's mandate in 14 days was to develop a road map.
For the past 2-3 days, Ghana 4P no must see Honorable Samjata George. So, Minister of Communications, Digital Technology and Innovations of Ghana. Now, so Ghana for sense, especially a first state bidding attempt, data prices are day in, day out, air cost so Ghana say. Yabaka ya sankomo we enye ne na estate and complaints there from previous government on which and Ghana ya complaining about data se auto data na san ya complaining about telecommunications se wo mo chroma say data no auto mpo na echa enkenye ya se ne bo ayeden na so to ya na esam Abrana Sam George NDC for opposition no and send your kind and say one of your bar at the back of a pa data prices said that be flexible no be bureau use data no who to me high no and no bar bemo and channel mate say what a committee or more juma for 14 days na entrusted this year query dear na data homes and some etimi a drop now so me no be dance say every blessed day na data cost oton so a enche na asa ebe kompa wato no network ne be rough sa enu sa wani mu ahoso no na data wa purchase ni nyina asa ye nyina no you go through sa process ebia na won use internet there who dey make but so use internet e Ghana so no how frustrating na eye anyhow wa aye pricey e chroma say na no e na nra Ghana for start to sell mu bonichi and nya sam keto ko X app no so timeline no be air drag some joy and I can say you and I can say na fido ba be mo ye den and a committee now take perfect because we bread with data hon so be bread to any free to data no board day na obenya ye na internet connection so emfa emma now one of the few people on mo voice out here pa be ye did some George attempt fair shots nigga ni na no some George about respond no sit near on one kasa wo hu bi what is a bu din kana sem the response was there by any.
Let me digress a bit. The Director General spoke about the work the ministry is doing relative to bridging the digital gap and divide on the basis of connectivity cost. I've been trending over the weekend on Twitter, not necessarily for my looks or my work, but absolutely because whether orchestrated or otherwise, people think that data prices must be cheaper by the stroke of my pen. Let me be clear about this, and because the media is here, the Director General has spoken about the work that we're doing. I set up a committee in February, and people failed to listen to exactly what we set out to do with that committee. When I set up that committee, I did not say that in 14 days that committee was going to reduce data prices. That committee included telecom companies, the regulator, and sector players. The committee's mandate in 14 days was to develop a road map that would lead to the drop in data prices. A roadmap. A roadmap does not mean that in 14 days data prices would have dropped. In 13 days, that committee, working without receiving a penny from the taxpayers' coffers, delivered a roadmap. On the basis of that roadmap, I made the Director General of the NCA and the regulator engage with stakeholders. There's a CEO of one of the telecom companies here on what we could do in the immediate, in the medium term, and the long term. Look, we're dealing with 8 years of distortion of the market. I wish I could fix it arbitrarily, but it takes a very calculated attempt not to create further distortions by acting irrationally. And so to the young people of our country and the people of this country, my promise was that by the end of this year, we would see prices of data drop. And I remain committed to it. We will deliver on that. But trust the process. I trust the technical competence of the regulator to work with the telecom companies to ensure the viability of the businesses, but also ensure that we get better value for what we are paying. Apart from the work I've asked the NCA to do, I have engaged the ITU, whose celebration we are enjoying today, 160 years. I spoke with Dr. Cosmo Zavazava, who is the head of BDT at the ITU, and have tasked the ITU to do an independent study of tariffs in Ghana and present a report to us in 8 weeks so that we can align that study's report with what the NCA's report is and then take an informed policy decision. Estelle spoke about the fact that I've been a very consultative kind of minister. I will not act arbitrarily. I will not give directives that will affect the industry. What I will do is to consult with industry, consult with stakeholders, and take decisions that protect investment in Ghana, but also ensure that Ghanaian customers and Ghanaian citizens have the best quality of service and get the best pricing for the services that they pay for. We will keep our word. You have my promise.
Nenam so Emma some joy response to by said machiche mono se munya botre na monka makoma entom yam committee no tey no want to say be within that 14 days no data prices ever be drop a process au mode work Ghana for obia enya botre na de nam so titiru kra ponta some George ene de wa ba bonten na wa kan sem ye first trust nega na tama wa bidina busa for enim se Afia no here na so nsem do hono ma na yesu se betime piefo le no ba yenti nsem be first trust nega be kan ye e de fa some George ho Angr.
George went as far as calling the former communication minister Eslawusu. Sam George saw a bay for Onuti na data boy thing. Sam George told us that Eslawusu is in bed with MTN and Omudi for the but Omudeta at say Ghana area. The most loudest piece of shit in Ghana politics, Sam George, the most loudest piece of shit. Last year, he was all over, barking like a dog. Now Sam George is a minister. What the fuck? He has turned into a rat. Some people are saying he's a cat. He's not even a cat. Say Sam George is a rat. It's a rat. My children buy data, so I buy data. Can feed your good for nothing, stupid, lazy mother. So I have every right to complain about the data I'm buying. Oh, full year, my dear, I'll board Jimmy forward. Told us, Sanjo, oh, Francesca, I want some manual thing. Sam George and I'm saying, and we will make sure. Sam George, what has happened to the LGBT law? What has happened? Suddenly, mobile and LGBT has any of them, Sam George. You are not granting interviews about LGBT again, Sam George. Suddenly, mobile and data has help you. You had the effrontery. Aya will see baby. Woya will see sa krantia will bujaso. Aya when you shine, said the when you de poor. People think data no is by a stroke of a pen. Kwasiaba. Sam George, we are kwasiaba. Nana would him say data nanya by pen. Now would him say reducing data was not by pen. And now what should you go as so no? Now when him pastor will ultimate now with the chance. I don't know why John Mahama is keeping you there. I don't know his reason. John Mahama keeping you there right now. I don't know his reason. But now that you people cannot talk about the LGBT, I am suspecting your anus. Sam George, when you had the effort to come and sit down that President Akufo-Addo was sleeping with people, somebody is fucking your ass. That is why you are still a minister. Obi do true. Last year said they know what LGBT assembly town when you saw me and Kasame kind. Said yes, Sam George here. Only a gay person will do that. Said you know interest I want LGBT mo. Me catch on. Me want have for baby me bisexual. Or man to pretend they are married but you do too. Sam George said you know when you bring LGBT assembly. Any position at now no. What do you true mo GBB? What do you true Sam George? What sacrifice you true mama will be? If not, why are you there as a minister? Tell me. Why are you there as a minister, Sam George? And the almost try this mono. And this quote kakakada one. Nyanseni waiting the other communication oh. Jimmy 47. Jimmy 47, Sam George. Tell us what you are doing with your anus. Who have you sacrificed your anus? Utru mono the amount. Utru mono. Because energy are not with the attacking. Ministers, certain ministers, kwabna kwasiaba de ono maame. Kwasiaba wa kwabna ono maame nti no du papa echi. Kwasiaba wonim no ya wo maame nti no du papa echi because obabi enu obedu adi wo echi. Said your maame du papa echi no. The way your mother is attracted to poverty or ye kwasiaba ntra. Enti kwasiaba me no mi enu nim no. Eye wo maame nti no da so du papa echi no. Obabi enu obedu wo echi. Kwasia yamade. Afia Sam George, come here. Come here. You are ranting. Akufado should sign the LGBT law. The Akufado should sign the LGBT law. Akufado wobaya no do mahama wawu ana ne pena yira. Ne pena yira. Ah? Mobaya na LGBT law no mo pena yira. And they say you do true and one say true there. So you don't want to talk about it. Sam George said you now you're invested in Nkrofo true no. I go buy a war last no. I'm asking you a question. Yeah, what true into one say true there na. Who true we are their own. Says I would do true your position will be on. Into one say true there their own. But catch I say yenti minti data so with a pen. One na Asantini kasa wona chasa your mother kwasia na wonim sa asem no na wonim say yentimi nti that so with a pen with you can't sit in your office and reduce. Did you know that? Did you know that? And I ask the NDC again and to almost set on with the buy any. We have the men or set on with the buy any because Sam George is a piece of shit. John Jinapo is a piece of shit. To Minister George Apostle or my 2.5 days or say 2.6 days. But 2.6 days, how many days? And you see, moment now more than your Sam George, you are a piece of shit. You are a piece of shit. And now we thought that at 300 and the 2 weeks last. That any plan share, you the monitor security system, keke. And next year they chat TikTok. Next year they chat it. Data ya the monitor security system. Also data 300 and the 2 weeks near from data because ya the kwasia akota communication ministry. Ya the aboy Jimmy for kwasia want to aduane NDD and yire the feeding no. Na bema yire feeding no. Nyan sabe no nim. I the ministry akwasha a stupid man who can't feed himself. Who is friend Nigeria national. And the Dakota communication minister no communication ministry and wo Jimmy and wo nya free data because say the etua kanti no ato eti ni chasiri no the other two onye gbemi opposition anti LGBT uba power wa kwa notum ayo fumpu ni wo fumpu said ya sa wa she otumu wo kwasi animu wo Sam George wo kwasi animu number 1 demonstration at ya wo Sam George. So office now they use government data. Eto tinkwase asemo mani yesa. Fire data na yetua ma wono. Tra wona fa send nkwase asem. Demonstration ebe organ etia wono. Ubedwane. Adiko bi awoje 1 year obi afom sika komo. We can't continue to be paying data as if we owe you people. Huh? We can't continue to be buying data as if say mu ye tua mu kama mo se mo jimia ye beta ma mo de gbegbegbe betra power ni mo ba ye mo nim se nantwidwan wo Sam George wo nim se odwan wo dwan wa yira wo kurom e ba beta se Wo my power. Who see your ministers are yen to picture. No more TV to kwasia. Wo kwa sorry kwa the convoy nako. Oh fui. I request bank state me statement from MTN. I'm with you. I feel they have say Sikan kwa MTN phone told data na mame. Media I request statement from MTN. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the FUCK? What the fuck? Look at this. You might think I'm lying, Angr media humetie. Edieni umu akai we edieni. MTN ye. Mami bi okra. Angr media humetie. We edieni. We edieni more. We edieni. MTN transaction history. Angr media humetie requested me statement from MTN. Media humetie. I don't use the internet for anything. It is just to monitor my security in all my houses. Media humetie send email my MTN. Said they should send me my statements because it looks like Mr. Muskana data no more farmer because it's your communication minister. Why they say necessary pass one kwasi asamungwa the taxpayers money etu ya ka wo beto amane aboa me pem kwasi asenti na me kwaji position bia no wo ya the taxpayers money etu ya wo ka wo beto amane wona wo kwasi Sam George kwasi Jimmy fue mimi tu ya wo ka wo beto amane me aboa kwatira fie neja ya dwuma no wo kwasi wo di don koma ya wo sa beto amane what the taxpayers money? I bet now would it chancely? I bet to money on. What was Sia? Sam George, what was Sia with Jimmy? Jimmy, now said you wouldn't know. Now, only anybody young with size. Then only I don't know who would you Jimmy what dream? What was Sia? Whoa, we had the taxpayers money to our car. Who bets now office? I bet to money in. Yan the one noon. I'll pour out to me a flash. Yan the one noon. 40 feet container ma. What was Sia Sam George? South would you 22nd one, bra? One na. I'll pour when you pass us or so yard for. What has only this phone a deal? What's the communication ministry? I bet to money in. I'll pour out it. Kwasi ya phone kwata ministry wa. Neka wire on the small what you mean? So what Jimmy ya be was you answer. Yeah, who was you answer and son of mama pamo. So what Jimmy we will force wisdom into your head. Try on that to kwasi ya sam sabra biom or fui. Try na ya wo say adoa a etanjina nanum na sa to kwasi asam esa fa biom kwasi ya wate. See ya down. We will show you that we hide you. So anyway, we are don't come here. You think you are what? You think you are what? Commonwealth of the state we move here. We kwasi ya 24 Friday ya down. Ya down so what Jimmy? Say so what Jimmy? Send another tweet. My Jimmy influencer. Na send another tweet. Sam George Jimmy for. We are not to wine. Why they are not to? I blame John Mahama. I don't blame you. I blame John Mahama because you are competent people in NDC who can do this job. I blame John Mahama because you are competent people who can handle the communication ministry. And then Jimmy Fue. We have competent people who can handle the communication ministry. Now we will say John name our appointment. Now 1738 we were now we're Kabi because on the enchant we're Kabi or Kabi so be behind the if not, how dare you, Sam George? How dare you? To example for town. Be a man, Sam George. Be a man. Mrs. said they would true when I called you. Would you be a man and send another tweet? You will eat toilets. Package one. And you come crying over that Jimmy phone. Jimmy phone na me busa senti adamfo nyina no mokọ mukro mo no nipa obetimi represent mo ene kwasia we mo mukro mo kwan Mamu kro mamu ada kwan no. You've not seen anything. Mamu vote kwasia way out. Pram for mu kro mo no so mu kaka money. Nipa amunya no so wo me representing in work pram. Any aboy ya friends and judge. Ni go ni ente pram kwan na ya mo fe o. Pram kwan no ya mo fe. In fact pram kwan na etutu se Sam George anu. One said Afia kosia esini ho no. Afia ebesi ni asimi enu na tuam no. Sana mkrom kwan na ye. Etutu se Sam George anu. From Pombaria to pram e wa chen desert. From Pombaria to pram ye wo MP na no Santo na no chebe otisa kwafo ba na no kate se obi a wodi ahya wo twa no mo kwara ni krom from Pom to pram e what ayi choco milo for factory e want to me se patu odi dem to say na se no one said ankwafo no mo nyansa wo from bebre no and no win about some of them no woman so almost in a acheche wonya wo se no a separating no kakra bia nyansa no so disassociate kwasia we akotena ministry the Ghana security aneka emo no sa akola keto we feel say obetna office na wato amane yen wo maame na antete wo maame twe kwasia to foforo bra your mama cannot look at you and tell you a fool because of various reasons. If your mama has placed you people there, someone Jimmy China, hey, Maso Brandara Balaba, Jimmy no cross the border, money drawn in our mobile J, someone say Amate, Ninte. Say, and Pessy a betting quasi as a moo. Wo try Brianna worries, honey, because who they buy, who bad J. You bet you wouldn't want to push your phone, you at him. Maybe don't quasi a 17 public position. Now go back to my next topic. I think before that muja also let's can be can. What Jimio? Let's can be can. Second and can the Japan. So one sakra. Obian cho letter and break in the Japan. So one sakra. Mom, me Afia mtie.
Ebi ano ho se Sam George trendy on social media na wonim ne ntia wo trendy a emu details ne be enamde ababe so mo ha say GH media. One subscribe to channel no wonim de obeye bo mo dia na subscribe to channel no na fa me power show follow yen e wo Facebook so that be ya news battle forma wo so benya updates ne ebi foforo be free hoba e be sen so e da ababe so mo wetumi feel free na watch your watching e wo comment section ho me din any catch akusama kra mo nyina.